What's going on, guys? Hey, it's Anthony with the Wrench Start Experiment coming to you from Alaska. Today, once again, we're going to be discussing COVID-19, some of the impacts here in this wonderful state of Alaska, and much more. It's April 3rd, so stay tuned. Look into this and then... All right, guys, so once again, thank you for tuning in. I'm Anthony. This is the Wrench Start Experiment. We are coming to you from Alaska. So you guys if you have not been following, or maybe you're new to watching my YouTube videos here, I've been trying to, semi-cover the COVID-19. I don't go into near the details that the state and everyone else is going to, because I do provide a lot of those resources and those information down below. I am going to be trying the pop filter here on my microphone, as it was a suggestion from my last video. Let's dive into the COVID-19, its current state as of April 3rd. And then we've got several other things that we're going to be discussing in relation to COVID-19 and I guess the videos here. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So the latest data, and one of the things that a lot of people have stressed, Dr. Zink stressed this on recent reports, is providing more updated information on the website here, and that's the Alaska Department of Health and Social Services, because the information has been delayed. If you guys were watching any of my other videos, a lot of it wouldn't go in until 5:30 in the evenings, kind of leaving you on standby here. Let's gonna open up a couple of links here. So as of today, or actually it says as of yesterday, so the link still hasn't been updated. There was 11 more cases. Total cases 157, 15 hospitalizations, and 3 deaths. So what I don't understand currently with this COVID-19 is people are still comparing this to so many different things, and it's just crazy to me because it is its own thing. It has an incredible impact on people. We lost 3 Alaskans, folks. I mean, that's horrific, and it's very serious. And I'm not going to, again, go back and forth on influenza or the swine flu or the Spanish flu or any of that stuff. But current to date, that's serious. 15 hospitalizations, 157 cases. Now, the trick to this equation that we read here is for the people that have been tested. I don't know what the current, they need to add the current tested amount of people, because if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, we had only had a few thousand tests completed here in Alaska. So that doesn't paint an accurate picture of Alaska, and I'm sure many other communities here on what they actually look like. So you've got total population, and then you've got tested, you've got infected areas. I mean, there's so many different ways to put this information together to paint a picture. This is a very broad one. Obviously, 11 new cases, 157 total cases that we're aware of, 15 hospitalizations, 3 deaths. I mean, that's I don't know. Let me look and see. So right below that, let's see if there's a graph, and I'll show you guys. Here, I'll show you. So again, if you go to the department website, I just clicked on the link right below it, and it does give you some statistics. Obviously, there's the growing graph. That's the information I told you guys earlier. Okay, so cumulative tests at this time. Okay, so according to this, 3,651 commercial lab tests, and then public labs, so 2,365. Hopefully that's correct cumulatively. Okay, so there it is. So 6,016 tests. The dailies all over the place. And so let's look at this. This is interesting because everything started, looks to be March 16th with a couple of tests from there. Total statewide cases, 52.2% female, 47.8% by the age group. Wow. So again, 30 to 39 is the largest age group with 20.38. And then the second is the 50 to 59, obviously declining, but that it matters who's been tested, where they are with everything. So actually, this is pretty cool. This is a pretty cool little graph thing, little dashboard that they put together, kind of highlighting all of the information. They also go into the acquisition. So it talks about the travel, the local, and the unknown. So again, this is a huge resource for you guys, especially local Alaskans. Most states, as far as I know, are supporting. I don't know if it's as fancy as this. This is nice, though. I do like this. Good job. Whoever put that together, my hat's off to them. So make sure and check that out. Again, it's available at Alaska Department of Health and Social Services. That site, or that thing I was just showing you, is right below, and I'll flip the camera once again. So this is the new tracker, and then visit the Alaska Coronavirus Response Hub is right there. I'll try to put a link to both of those down below if you guys want to track it. Now, the situation is, because there's not a lot of light at the tunnel, I mean, it's almost growing, obviously it's growing twofold. One, the health side of things is the numbers that we know of. I mean, it's not good. 3 deaths, it sucks. I mean, just flat out, it sucks. Hospitalizations suck. Total cases, I mean, if you can take that however you want, but obviously we want to flatten the curve. That's been said, so many times over. We want to restrict travel. We want to stay at home and understand that's what's going to do it, right? If we're not spreading the virus, then it's going to hopefully kind of end within your own dwelling or your home or wherever it is you're staying, if you're a carrier or what have you, right? So it goes through its course. But we don't know, I mean, as far as my understanding is at this time, and maybe I'm wrong, but we don't know a whole lot about this virus other than the front end effects of it, because there's other people that have had this stuff for 2 weeks that are reporting that, they're still not feeling well, this, that, and the other. And just so much more. And then, of course, the audience, how that's changed, or the carriers that are impacted. This stuff's changed so dramatically. It's just crazy. So a couple of things. I don't see any new mandates. Now, I did listen to the governor's announcements at 5, or at least for the most part I do, because a lot of it's the same stuff. But I will say this. So Monday, there was a big announcement, and that was with a lot of the legislation. And to me personally, it was kind of frustrating, because it was a lot of just like reiteration and this, and Don Young was there, and Lisa Murkowski, and all these folks, and good on them for supporting it. I appreciate that. I'm sure most Alaskans do, but a lot of it was just regurgitating what was said. And me personally, I want to know what we're doing. I want to know the impact. I want to know what we can do, what's happening. I don't want to hear just a different public official talk about the same thing that was already talked about 10 times. That's me personally. I don't know, you as an audience member, maybe you like to hear that stuff, but I felt like that was a kind of a PR stint where some of our officials just needed to step up, especially because the economical downturn, the PFD deal, and all of this is happening. So let's bring in the big dogs. And then the next day they brought in more of the heads of the administration, which I appreciated more, because then you had unit specific subject matter experts, or SMEs, talking about it. Now, that to me does have value add. Now, granted, some of their communications were limited and what have you, but that's the real deal. Not having, a past legislative person or high government person, having the people that actually are in charge of the units and talking through the specific things, and they did quite a good job there. At least I feel like it, followed by a Q&A deal and so much more. So I don't see any new mandates. on here. Obviously, a lot of extensions have happened. The bear hunting season was closed for a day, and then it was reviewed, which was cool. I mean, my hat's again off to the governor and his team, because they reviewed that. At first, they said no bear hunting, and then they brought it down to a residential level, following under the COVID-19 travel policy, which again is available on this website. So it's opened back up. So I'm going to jump over to a couple of different things and then hopefully end this video, because I don't want to make it too long. I've been trying to keep these moving. So a few other things. Let's see. Yesterday, Trump and his team announced that the stimulus checks will be going out within a 2-week period. So, if you've been following that, those you should be seeing them in your accounts. I saw some posts on Facebook yesterday saying people were already getting them. So hopefully that will be relief for those that need it. Those that don't need it, maybe do something for the community or what have you. But those are coming out. I think that's big news. A lot of SBA small business stuff happening. Make sure and check out the federal government pages that are available on that. I didn't follow it too closely, but I did hear a lot of the high points, which you definitely have to do that. Whether you're a business owner or you're an employee of a small business, please do that. Check that out. I think that's targeted mostly for 500 employees and less, but I could be wrong. Again, I didn't follow the detail on every word on that, but definitely check that out. So a couple of other interesting facts, and then I'm going to leave with kind of an idea for a video. One interesting fact that I did see several different posts on, and a couple of points. Obviously, drinking alcohol has increased significantly since COVID-19, and I am not against alcohol in any way, shape, or form, with the exception of if you abuse alcohol or if you have problems, get that stuff fixed, and what have you. But kind of an interesting fact, and you can wonder why. It's a high stress, very difficult time that we're all going through together. And, limit yourself. Don't get crazy with it. Don't waste all your money on it. But, if having a beer or nightcap is your thing to do to kind of slow things down to get to sleep or what have you, then by all means, do it safely, and life should be good there. I just thought that was interesting. Another big thing that I've seen and read quite a bit about recently is the throttling on the internet and all on cell phones and everything, because the increase of cell phone and internet has significantly raised globally. Because if you think about a normal day, kind of big picture, we're going to just go, the 50,000 foot view or 100,000 foot view. You got people that are working at all different times, all different days. So not a lot of people. I mean, and when I say not a lot of people, I mean, I'm talking like whatever the numbers are, 100 million or 10 million or whatever it is. I'm sure the internet companies could, your internet provider has the statistics on it, but it's the same thing. Like if you're at home and in that evening, that 6 to 7 here in Alaska, the internet gets throttled down. That's because the bulk group of Alaskans are on the internet. Now it's like shit. It's all over because of the online schooling and people just sitting at home watching Netflix or what have you. So pretty crazy statistic or thing to think about. And really, I didn't give you a statistic. I just essentially explained a thing. Just kind of interesting holistically. Now, another thing that came out was on the Prudhoe Bay side, there was a confirmed COVID-19 individual. There's a lot of articles on that. I mean, unfortunately, it's kind of the inevitable, especially with traveling and all the interaction. I hate to say that, but that is the reality that they're faced with. And we are everywhere here in the state of Alaska, and really any state that you're in. So again, take the safety precautions. That was the first one. I believe the person got taken off the North Slope. More to come, I think, on that as stuff kind of unfolds there. Let's see what else do we got. before I wrap this, I'm going to try to do videos through the weekends here. I think the work week as I can, I will keep doing videos, but it was just difficult this week. I had a lot of stuff going on. And I was going to do it, and then I kind of delayed, and then I got busy, and it just didn't work out. So I'm going to try to do it through the weekend, try to do it in the next week. We'll see what happens. I do appreciate everybody that is watching this. So much so that, because there was some downtime for some of you folks, whether you're in Alaska, USA, what have you. I just thought it would be kind of a fun idea, maybe Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever I can collect it. But what I would like to do is kind of a Q&A, or read your comments or whatever it is you guys want to do on COVID-19, on how you're doing or what have you. I'll read them down below, post them on the videos, share them out with the world, talk about them. Within reason. Don't put any crazy stuff down there. But you know, let's start kind of a community thing here. I think it could be a fun thing, maybe an informative thing. If you've got something good to say, maybe about what you're doing to pass your time, or how your community's doing, how your family's doing, what have you. So drop some comments down below. And I'll figure out and maybe create just a video on that, reading comments or talking through your points. So let's do that starting today. I'll check it out every day until I get maybe 10 or 20 or 30 or whatever. And then I'll just do a video based just on that. So you can get your comment, your story or what have you featured here at the Rinse Start Experiment, talking to us and whoever's watching these videos, what's going on. So I thought that would be kind of cool and something different. So let's wrap it up there, guys. I will have, like I said, I'll put together, I've got some other points and some stuff to talk about tomorrow, which is April 4th, and much more. I really appreciate everybody that's watching, sharing, liking this stuff. Looking at the numbers grow on these videos, it does mean a lot to me personally. It's kind of like a little treat in the midst of this kind of shitstorm of COVID-19 for me, because I'm hopefully providing quasi important information for you, for everybody that's watching, maybe a little bit of entertainment. So I'm going to keep doing this. And again, as long as you guys are watching, giving it those thumbs up, those shares, you'll keep getting it. I really do appreciate it. I know I said that before, but I really do. And as always, make sure that you're doing everything within your power to stay safe, which again, I'll say it a million times over: wash your hands, social distance, stay that 6 feet away from each other. Don't do your social gatherings. Don't do visits with people. If you have to go to the grocery store, take your time. I mean, that's the best thing I can say and suggest in that case and many others. Unfortunately, if you are from the Matsu Valley like I am, it snowed last night, which is pretty lame because I was enjoying the going for walks. And yes, I know I can go for a walk even though it snowed. It's not as pleasant. I was hoping that 40 degrees would swoop in, and myself, my kids, and everyone else would be able to go continue taking walks, which has been nice, even though we're out for an hour and a half. And then obviously we're still around the house and whatnot. But it was just kind of a nice little treat. While being kind of on this hunker down notice. So that's what we're doing. Depending on the weather, I will come up with some type of plans for the weekends. I do got some videos that I got to work on for this, my other YouTube channel, and much more. I got to catch up on some work stuff, guys. So have a very safe Friday. Enjoy yourself within reason, especially if you're consuming alcohol or any alcoholic substance. I hope all of you are doing well, or as well as you possibly can. We got a group together here, guys. Be positive. We're going to make it through this, and have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.